welcome to Shell's Pearls of Wisdom. I'm here with a beautiful Holly, A.K.A
Maggienolia.
Thank you, Maggie. I love your name. Before we get started, where did you get your pinup name from?
The first part of it, Maggie, is for my grandmother, Margaret, and then my friend, Tiffany, helped me come up with the last part of the name. I was like missing something and nothing was hitting, and she's like, "What about this?" And I'm like, "This is good. It's golden. Done."
Winner. Awesome. Well, just to kind of give you a little background on Holly, I met her at World of Wills 2020. And she was just truly a eye catcher. I hope I get some pictures of this outfit because it is the most fabulous, sparkly, in your face, diamond dripping outfit in the world. I would have loved to see you in like something where a light hit it, because she would have literally like blinded the half the people that were there, because that's how fabulous this outfit was. And I loved it even more so because she wasn't even competing. She was just there to be fabulous. And I was like, you go, girl, like 110%.
Every
So, yes, so that is my first impression of Holly, is larger than life, big personality, funny as hell. And I just loved her from the moment that I locked eyes on her. So just to kind of give you guys an idea of how we met, that is our meeting story. So, Holly, I kind of just want to jump into, get started right into your story. Let's start with when you were young, and who were your influential people in your life, who raised you, who took care of you. Let's start with that.
So I was raised by my old Polish grandmother, Margaret. Wonderful woman, served World War II. She was a WAC. She was stationed in Northern Africa.
Wow.
She was a tough woman. She met my grandfather when she was in the military. He was married to another woman, and she said, "Gunner, do not give me any time until you get a divorce." They both left the war, and showed up. He found her in Green Bay, knocked on her door with his divorce papers, and they were married like a week later. Yeah, she had, for this time now, this woman was born in 1910. He was her third husband.
Talk about a woman that says, "I know what I want and I'm going to get it."
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do is be like, "This is what you're doing. Now do it."
Apparently it worked for her. She had all the honey, I guess. I don't know.
And he was the bee. Yes, he did.
Oh,
yes.
yeah. He was like, okay, we're going to do this.
Well, good for her.
I was raised by her. She, my biological mom, her name is Elaine. She just wasn't in a place to have, to raise a child. She has a mental illness, which she's never really gotten the proper medicine for. So she started self-medicating with men, with drugs, with alcohol. And at least, even though as a person it would hurt me, like sometimes I feel like she threw me away, but even though in her state she was smart enough to know that my grandma could take care of me and she couldn't.
I was gonna say, like, even with her being in a not healthy mental state, she was at least healthy enough or mentally sound enough to know that she couldn't do it, and that is like the biggest gift that she could have gave you. Was
and absolutely. And so I my grandmother passed away when I was 14.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, she was awesome. I'll share some pictures of her. And then I went on to live with Elaine, and her she ended up marrying him. I guess he would have been my stepdad. And they were very abusive towards each other, verbally, physically.
Did you witness any of this?
Yeah.
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 Like, what kind of abuse did you have to be privy to at such a young age?
They would just like slug it out. I started living there at 14. She would be drinking. And they would just start verbally fighting. They were both just, they shouldn't have been together. I mean, if you can't get the best out of somebody and you're only seeing their worst, but I feel like addicts kind of feed off each other. You know, they need that codependency relationship, and that's exactly what it is. And then, you know, eventually I joined the circle of the abuse. And
What do you mean by that? Like you joined the circle?
It started with you know, when you're a teenager now, and now I'm living in this situation. So like I would go do teenagery things. Like I did get busted for underage drinking, and he incidentally was a teacher.
Oh, okay.
He got like, you're embarrassing me because I'm a teacher and you're ruining my name in the community. And it started getting very physically abusive. Like he would hit me, he would be on top of me, and he would choke me. And my mom, being what she was, she let it all go. Like
Oh, wow.
I think in her brain, he isn't doing it to me. So
So
I'm
you were like the person that stepped in and took some of the abuse, so
the
she didn't have to take it all.
yeah, and it was just, and then and then they would like gain up. It was just a horrible situation. I know there were a couple times in locker rooms when I was changing. I had a friend who like noted like I had bruises, and she went to the school, and the school came and talked to me, but he was a teacher and they did nothing. It's not like times now, you know, like now people
Yeah.
alerted. This is like, you know, 89 through 1994.
Wow.
So just things were different then. And the school doesn't want to be brought into anything like, oh, now this teacher's getting arrested for
Because it gives them a bad light, and they don't want to be looked at like a bad light. That's
yeah.
why. Oh, I'm so sorry.
You know what though? This is how I view everything. I wouldn't be the person I am today, even though those experiences were horrible. It
Right.
told me what I didn't want to do in life. I didn't want to do drugs. I didn't want to get dependent on Oxycontin. I didn't want to be, as much as I tried not to be in bad relationships. You know, I wanted to be a better mom. I wanted my kids know me and know me not drinking and drugging and stuff like that. So it did set me up to learn things and
Right.
not follow the cycle.
Right. Well, I mean, I've done quite a few of these, and that is something that a lot of the women share, is the physical and mental abuse from, unfortunately, from people that are supposed to care about you, take care of you, and protect you.
Yeah.
So when you start that in such a young age, where now you don't have that foundation of the people that are supposed to be the ones to do this for you, when they fail you on that, it's very easy to continue the cycle of this. So I'm very happy to hear that this allows you to actually break the cycle and not continue it on with your own family and your own kids, which we'll get to her beautiful 4 kids too later. But I'm glad to hear that, Holly.
And I think I got the benefit of being raised by my grandma for 14 years to experience what love really is.
Right.
So that's different, you know?
Right.
You
Yeah.
realize real quick what love isn't.
And that's sad when you say it like that. You don't think about it. For the girls that started younger and did not have the experience of having the 14 years or however many years of love, yes, that's why a lot of the cycles did continue. That makes a good point, because they never knew anything different. They never knew. So
yeah,
God bless your grandma to like be there for you.
Awesome woman.
Yeah, yeah. So in high school and in your school years, you actually said that you had a pretty, memorable and good school experience. So it sounds like you had a good support system there. Do you still have friendships from that time?
Oh, absolutely. I call them my adoptive parents. They're actually my friend Sarah and my friend Matt's parents. And when I go up, I still go up home to Door County, and I stay with Sue and Terry. I call them mom and dad. They treat my kids like their own grandkids. All their children, my brother and my sister, and I'm still locked in. And the friendships I had in kindergarten, I still carry over to my 44 years of life.
Oh wow, I barely know people from high school, so that's kind of awesome that you were able to maintain such a like tight bond with some people that shared your whole life with you. That's kind of awesome,
Yeah,
and they
46
knew
kids in
what
my
you were
class.
going through, and they accepted you and loved you through like that time of your
Yep,
life. That
absolutely.
that's pretty incredible, actually. Um, so you said that you survived high school. We all did the great. We survived high school. Now it's time for college. Did you
Yes,
want to go away to college? Did what did you do with that part of your life?
absolutely. I wanted to go to college. I wanted to be an archaeologist. I was going to discover the next awesome things in Egypt. I was going to be like the next King Tut tomb. Still obsessed. I think I've watched every documentary, everything on Egypt. Uh, so that was my first experience with college. I didn't graduate, but I got a lot from it. I did meet my now ex-husband there. I met him there. And I did meet people that I still talk to this day. I might be on Facebook now because we're so far apart.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah, I had a good experience. Living in Wausau, Wisconsin, that's where I went to school, was not really my jam. Um, but met some cool people.
Yeah. I love it. Wasn't my jam. I have a little something to tell you with your obsession with Egypt. So my firstborn nephew from I shouldn't say my firstborn, but one of my nephews, his name was Niall. And their parents went to Egypt for their honeymoon, and that's how he got his name Niall.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
So I just thought I'll tell you that little tidbit. I have a little bit of Egypt in my life too.
Oh, yes.
um, so you had college, you had a great experience with that. You met your future husband. So tell us about that. Tell us about meeting that love. I would say at that time, your love of your life. What was that like?
It was crazy. He was up visiting a friend that I became friends with at school, and they had a few other people with them. And I met him, and we super hit it off. And we were, I didn't really date too much. Like he was the first guy I like really, really dated. And yeah, and then we moved to Green Bay together. So we lived there for a while. And then, well, we started a family. And then we got married.
I love it. Well, see, what happened was, it's okay.
Nature has a way.
I was gonna say, sometimes you gotta do a little backwards to get it to the front. That's all. That's all you gotta do. Sometimes you gotta
Yep.
pick up that momentum.
Yep.
I love it. So, what age were you when you had your first kid?
It was 6 days before my 21st birthday or 22nd birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Yep. And then we had our oldest is Elizabeth.
Mhm.
Uh, she is 22 now. And then we have Joe. He is 18. He's a senior in high school.
Ooh.
Evan, he's 13. If you want to know anything about World War II, if you want to do that interview, he's your man. And and then our youngest is Charlie. He's 8. He's cute as a button.
Charlie. I like Charlie.
Oh my God, everybody falls in love with Charlie.
Oh, I just love the name. I don't think I've ever met someone named Charlie I don't like.
Oh no, that's why we named him Charlie, because I'm like, I haven't met a Charlie I don't like.
The first Charlie, I think, is Charlie Brown, and he's just a lovable kid that just no one understood him, and he was just so cute. And just yeah, I like Charlie. All right. Well, we definitely want to see all the pictures. So she said that she
Okay,
definitely give us all of that.
I will.
So we know that you got your first one is 22. So what age
Mhm.
were you when you actually finally tied the knot and you got married?
22.
22. I wanted to put that correlation together.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was just a few months later after she was born. But yeah,
Yeah.
22.
It was more for the fact that does she have any kids yet? Are you a grandparent?
Nope, I am not a
So,
grandma. She does not have kids.
so that means you already broke one cycle. See?
Yep. Yep.
I had my first kid at 19,
Mm-hmm.
and my son is 19 now, and he'll be 20 in like a couple of months. So I was like, woohoo! I got you past the first cycle.
I gotcha. Yep. No, not. I'm not looking
Yeah.
forward to being a grandma.
Yeah, so I was like, please take your time. Please take your time.
I can technically still make babies. Don't do that.
Don't do that to me, right? Um, so you had your 4 kids. Marriage was like, the typical marriage. But as you told the viewers already, you guys are now divorced. So
Mm-hmm.
why is that happening? Did you just?
I think when you meet somebody really young, your core person is this core person that you are. But your interest in everything in life changes. What you agreed upon or thoughts were then
Yep.
are not the same things now. And it was just we grew apart, and it was time to the marriage to end.
Yeah. Right there with your sister understanding about marriage and how that works. Because like I said, I got married at 18. And when you're that young, you just don't know who you even are. And
No.
as you get older, you guys can just sometimes just grow apart. Like you don't not love each other, you don't not care, but you're just not the same people you were when you're in your 20s and you're in your teens. You're just not that person. So I
Yeah.
completely understand when you mean like you just kind of like grew apart, and it happens, and
Yeah.
I'm just glad that you guys were able to have it be in such a like good environment, so that the kids were still happy and still healthy, and it didn't
Yeah, we just keep it all about the kids. That's that,
yeah.
we keep it about the kids. I said, I don't want to know about your personal life. You don't want to know about my personal life, and let's just keep it on that.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome. That's exactly what. This is how to take notes. This is exactly how it should go. Like it's about the kids. It's not about yourself. It's about just keeping it healthy and in a good spot for the children. Because no matter how old they are, even the 22-year-old, we still as children don't want to see that with our parents. So it's good that you guys are giving them a healthy, a good healthy environment. That's basically what it's about. So.
we
And
try.
you know unhealthy because you were not in the healthiest environment. So you know how it is not to be in that. So that's great that you're providing that.
Absolutely.
In between getting married and then the divorce, you discovered around the age of 40, you told me, this newfound life. So tell us about that.
Oh my God. So my lovely friend Sarah, she's also my hairdresser. Incidentally, she pushed me to do a pinup contest like the year prior before I did my first one. And I was like, I can't do that. No, she's like, you dress this way anyways, and you would be great, and you should do it, and it looks like fun. And I just was like, I can't do this. Well, then the next year, the contest was
Can I
coming.
ask you a question before? Why did you think you couldn't do it?
I used to be really, really overweight.
Mm-hmm.
I was over 300 pounds. And in that time, I lost
Seriously?
I lost like 100 pounds.
Girl,
And
you skip over this? What is wrong with you? That is something to celebrate. High five!
I used to be really heavy. Boom.
Like, you were just gonna glide, and I was like, you know what? She keeps gliding over this. I need to go back and just ask. Girl, you look
Yeah.
great.
Thank you. And then I just was like, so always in my house, because even though like I lost all the weight, I just, even to this day, I'm still like, I feel like I'm that big girl.
Yeah,
Like,
I get it.
like sometimes I connect and sometimes I don't. And so then the next year came, and the thing came out on Facebook for the Polish pile-up contest at Kochansky's. And she's like, you are doing this. She's like, I will be your hype woman. I will do your hair. We are going to do this. And I was like, I can't do it. And then, I was like, you know what? It looks like is something that would just be fun. And you know what? I should just try it.
Yes. Yes.
And on that day, it changed me. I don't want to tear up.
Nope. I like tears because I did too. So you don't get out of it.
I met women that changed my life forever.
Yeah.
The first girl was Charlene. She came up to me. She knew exactly why I was at that bar, and she hugged me, and she invited me with her husband and I believe her father-in-law to come sit with them. I met my girl Betty. She was so sweet and warm and inviting. I met Kat, which we all know Kat. Um, I met Tiffany, A.K.A Patty Pierogi. She was the hostess of the contest. And I just met all of these like wonderful women that they were not only beautiful, but kind-hearted. And you know what? They didn't care. They didn't know who Chubby Holly was. They didn't know who abused Holly was. They didn't know that my marriage was falling apart. They didn't know. And it was just like, come here, come be with us.
Yeah.
And it was life-changing for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, just to hear you talk about it gives me chills, because this is why I do this. This is these right here. This is exactly why these women right here that, are just, you don't know everybody's story. They're just now, believe it or not, for my viewers out there, a lot of these women have known each other for years, and they don't even know the backstory of their stories. They know them as the pinups now, but a lot of them don't realize where they came from. And now that I'm doing this series, a lot of these girls are starting to realize how much they really have in common, how much they share with their past, and to go into a group that already is like, come on, baby, come on in.
Yeah.
You have to have some kind of like interconnection that you just don't know. You can't put your finger on it, but you know you have it. And that is what this community offers. Like,
absolutely. I've met the best people besides the people I grew up with, the best people in my life that they are like family. When my marriage is falling apart, they were the first ones to offer furniture and help. And like it's like things like that, like you just don't forget. And they're not doing it to get any self-reward. They're doing it. They are kind, and they really, really want to help you.
Yeah. Because they come from pain. Beauty comes from pain. These beautiful people, these beautiful souls were once in pain, and they just sense it. I think they can smell it. I think they can just, like a dog smelling out a bone. They know, and that's just beautiful. So how did you do in the contest? How did you feel? What did you wear? How did you feel?
My God, I wore a red and white gingham cherry dress, and I baked a homemade cherry pie.
What?
I know. I didn't do well in the contest, but it gave me like the confidence to do my next contest kind of thing. And like I met people, and they're so cool, and I had a couple drinks, and this is great. And but I had a hoot. I met a lot of car people because it was my first contest. And I really took away, like, it was such a great experience.
Yeah.
And so I didn't win a crown. I didn't win any of that, but like I won people, and I won camaraderie that I never had before.
Yeah. That's so much more.
It is. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So you enter your first contest, you kind of broke the seal, you popped the cherry. So now is it just like you threw yourself into this world? Was it still kind of like, were you still kind of intimidated with some stuff? How did you feel afterwards?
I will tell you, like, every time like I've done a contest or anything like that, I'm always like nervous and intimidated, and like that is just a normal, I think it's just normal. I think no matter what, no matter if you won 3 billion titles, when you do your 3 billion in one contest, you are still going to sit on that stage, and you're still going to have like, I have really sweaty armpits right now. You're going to be like, whoo, I think it's always a thing. So yeah, I take away more than the winning. To me, the winning doesn't matter.
That's just a bonus if it happens.
Yeah. Like if I get a crown, great. I've never won one.
Oh, wow. So. Well, I know with confidence comes, other challenges too, because now you're feeling yourself, you look good, you feel good, and now you're newly divorced, so you're back on the dating scene. So I know that was like the eyes were like, so Tell us about how that's going.
Well, I'm just gonna give it to you straight. I was when I entered back into the dating, I was super naive, like, because you dated one way 20 years ago, and now with internet and online dating and everything like that, I am a very hard on my sleeve type person. I'm very giving um, with people that I care about, and men. I think the true core of men and women are the same, but like online dating switched the game so much. Like, because I feel this way about you, you don't, because guess what? You got another one lined up in your queue, and that's kind of like, that is something that I've learned. And it kind of toughened me up. It kind of got me like, this is how people are now. Yeah.
It kind of makes it easier for people to be douchebags and just kind of be like,
And my problem is, I like pretty. And when you date an attractive men, you're not the only, hen in the hen house.
Yeah. Yeah. So give me your funniest dating story.
Okay, so this one's gonna get a little. I have two really good ones that I want to share. I want to share a really good experience, and then I want to share a really bad experience.
Okay.
So I ended up.
What are you gonna do first, bad or good?
Let's do good first, and we'll do bad after.
Okay.
So I dated this guy for a little bit. Our first date, we go into Milwaukee because I live in a small town in North Milwaukee, and there isn't any restaurants or anything open, and we've been drinking, and now we're hungry, and now we want to eat. So we end up going to the George Webb's, which is open 24 hours. Well, incidentally, what they had is they had a new system where the doors were locked, and when a certain amount of people left, they would then let you in to go sit down.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get overrun and crowded. Well, I've been drinking now, and now we've taken a ride a half an hour down to eat. Well, I got to go to the bathroom.
Oh, no.
So they're not letting me even into this place to go to the bathroom. And I was like, oh my God, what I'm going to do? And he's like, well, there's some dumpsters out in the back alley. And I was like, where you have to go to the bathroom so bad. You're just like, I guess I'm going to have to do this. And I was like, and I said, oh my God, I don't have any toilet paper. And he's like, I got baby wipes in the back of my car. So on a first date with this guy, I peed in the back alley of a George Webb's in Milwaukee. So that I chalked that up as like a good date.
As long as he was willing to be like, hey, I got the wipes, dude. That's a ride or die person.
Like, woo, give me the wipes.
That's a true person to be like, hey, I got you. I got wipes. Come on, let's go.
I know. I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And my bad dating story.
Uh-oh.
So I talked to this guy a little bit, and we were texting back and forth. And then finally it was like, do you want to go out to dinner? And I was like, absolutely, let's go out to dinner. So I meet him for dinner, and he was a gentleman all before this. So it really took me back. So I take my jacket off, and I sit down, and the waitress comes over, and we're ordering food. And she leaves. And he looked at me, and he goes, so you're sucking my dick for this dinner, right? And I looked up at him. I grabbed my purse and my jacket, and I said, you know what? I have to go to the bathroom. I will be right back. And I left in my car and went home. Then I had a 3-minute date. Most of the pinup girls got to witness that one. He lied about his height. And so I was already like irked with that because I'm like, oh, red flag.
Yep.
Then he came up and talked to me in my face when we were at the Brower House in Illinois. His breath was so bad that I
kicking like Bruce Lee.
it was like so bad. I thought he was licking a dead body or something. Like I know when he came up and talked to me, I did this. And I'm like, you know what? My girls are outside. I'll be right back. And I never talked to him the rest
Oh
of
my God, your notorious line is, I'll be right back. So
the yeah, if I
anybody
say
Holly, she says, I'll be right back. This bitch ain't coming back.
no, she's not. I do that all the time. If I don't want to be hanging out with somebody, I'll be like, oh my God, you know, my friend is over there. I'll be right back. I will never talk to him ever again. Bye. Yeah, that's me.
Oh my God, I love you, Holly. I love you so much right now. It's not even funny. That is so funny. Wow. It is actually coming up to the 30-minute mark already. Wow.
Oh,
I know. But I do want to give Holly an opportunity to basically tie her story up in a nice little bow and kind of give all the other people out there who have gone through something similar or going through something right now that is like kind of like kicking you in the pants and you just don't understand how you're going to make it through. Give them your pearls of wisdom.
all right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm going to say. Not all lessons in your life are going to be these wonderful, beautifully painted fairy tales that end up wonderfully. Sometimes the lessons that you need and want to learn, even though you don't know you want it, are going to be hard lessons. They're going to cause you heartache. They're going to cause you something. But once you get out on that other side, when you look back, you're going to be like, just like, you know, when Rafiki hit Simba on the head with that stick, like, this is your lesson. And sometimes you need to be hit with the stick.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people learn their lesson from the stove is hot because they got burned. And
yeah.
That's sometimes how it is. So
it is.
Yeah. Well, whatever lessons that you took away from this, it made you a great person. I think you're awesome.
Thank you. I think you're awesome for doing all of this and just being the awesome person you are.
Oh, girl, please. This is just something that, like, how you had the moment where you walked in and, like, they just embraced you. And, like, you had that aha moment. Like, wow. I had the same exact moment. I walked into World of Wheels and I was not late, but I didn't realize how early everybody else would come. So I kind of came just right on time because the thing says be there by da 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 da. So I walk in and I am fully in my pinup. I'm totally like, nervous because it's my first contest. This is my first one. So I'm totally nervous. And I walk up and all the girls that are, first of all, amazing. Their outfits are better than mine. Their hair is better than mine. Everything's better than mine. I'm just like, oh my God, why did I even show up? I look like a ragamuffin. So,
no.
I totally, and then not to say that this is everything, but I'm also the only African American. So it's like, oh, I don't feel like I fit in either because like now I'm in another situation where I'm like, there's no one else even like my nationality. So now I'm like, oh, great. Like, I'm really feeling like I'm sticking out like a sore thumb and this is awkward. But, and it's like the first day of high school where you're like walking through the cafeteria with your tray, you don't know where to sit kind of thing. So when I saw them already sitting around the circle tables, like talking and laughing, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be so fucky. And I literally walked up, and the first thing that was impressive is that these people knew me. Like, they knew my name. Like, they knew my pinup. They were like, Coco! And I was like, hi. And it was just like, I knew these people for my whole life. It was just so incredibly like.
If your tribe does not treat you like Norm walking into Cheers, they're not your tribe.
Yeah. And that's exactly what happened. Like, people were just like, hey, Coco. They wanted to hug me. They're like, oh, I've been wanting to meet you, and I've seen you. You're so beautiful. And just, I mean, from that, I was just like, oh my gosh. First of all, women are usually not that nice. Like, women can be some of the meanest people on earth. Okay? They're super judgmental. Men think we get dressed up and pretty fine for them. No. I get put my face on because I know other women are going to talk shit about me. As soon as you walk away to go
Oh,
to
and
the
plus, if we're
bathroom.
together, I'm marking my territory that you're my man and I look like this and they look like that.
Right, right. So it's just I wasn't used to having such a warm welcome from females at all. So
Oh,
it was
it's
really,
so great.
yeah, it was amazing. So I completely understand that moment of their this is my people. Like I totally understand it. I
Yeah.
totally do. Um, and for you ladies out there, if you're looking for a new tribe, if you're looking for a place that's going to be really accepting for no matter what size you are, how old you are, what nationality, color you are, this is a group of women that are going to embrace you and love you through all of those differences. Because I
Yep.
think that's what they actually like. I think they like the differences.
Yes.
Be like that because then it makes their community so unique that they have so many people from different walks of life, and that is that's so awesome. So, thank you again, Holly. Thank you so very much for coming on the
Oh, thank you
show.
for having me. I enjoy
Oh,
doing this so much.
and if we have a round two, which I'm already starting to put together, like my ideas for round two, I'm definitely gonna want you back on here if you will be willing.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
I would definitely catch you around the scene because you live just right in Wisconsin, so I'm definitely going to be in Milwaukee a lot for a lot of the events and stuff
Oh,
that
please.
happen.
Yeah, please come. If you need a
Oh,
place to stay, I'm
definitely.
here.
We're only a hop, skip, and a jump. Like, it's not even that far. Like, I thought for sure that was going to be worse, but it was like so easy peasy.
No.
Not a big deal.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right. Well, you hang on. Don't go anywhere. But for
I won't.
everybody out there, thank you for joining into Shell's Pearls of Wisdom. I hope that you enjoyed Holly's story and enjoyed her pearl. And it does help you get through some rough times because she's absolutely right. You know, just because the lesson is sucky doesn't mean you're not going to get something from it. So keep on trucking, keep on moving. We'll see you guys next time. Hit like, and subscribe before you go. I love everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye. Hang on there for me, Holly.
I am.